People have been writing off the Pacers for a few years now. Indiana has seen Paul George leave, Oladipo get hurt, and 3 first-round exits since 2017. But is there already another star on roster right now that can lead this team back to relevancy once more? So before I get into this, I want to ask you guys to subscribe. The support really means a lot, and watch out for a video on Evan Mobley coming out very soon. So the guy I was referring to is Domantas Sabonis, and this guy has shown some impressive improvement over his young career. But so far this season, he's been nothing short of dominant. He's scoring over 24 points a game and is averaging 11 rebounds and 7 assists. Yes, I know that we're only a week into the season, but I gotta say, for anyone who was wondering if Sabonis was going to take a big step this year, the answer so far at least is a resounding yes. On top of his numbers, Indiana is also undefeated, and he leads this team in every offensive statistical category. I wouldn't call this a huge surprise though, because Sabonis is just 24 years old, and he has had a progression to his 5-year career similar to a Paul George or a Kawhi. Sabonis has always been a smart player that played well in the pick and roll and hustled for rebounds, making him a double-double threat every time he stepped on the court. He is surprisingly athletic, though I wouldn't say he plays above the rim or jumps out of his shoes, but with his dad being an NBA Hall of Famer, he's working with some good genes. But in what ways has Sabonis gotten better? How is his presence even more emphatic than it was in his All-Star season last year? Not to gas him up too much, but he's pretty much improved in every facet of his game. For one, his post-game has become even more refined. He can turn on both shoulders and blow by average centers with his quick feet. This has opened up the door for him to be a true one-on-one threat, the kind of guy you can go to in crunch time for a close to guaranteed bucket. On top of his inside game, he's shooting 3 3-pointers a game and making 44% of them. Again, it's super early to say for sure if he's going to be a dependable deep threat, but this would open up a lot for him in the half court if he's able to do so. He seems to be a more confident scorer in general, but that's not even the most impressive step up in his game for me. I'm much more intrigued in his progression as a passer. This guy already averaged 5 assists last year, but if he's able to ramp this up even more like he's doing so far, he's going to really put himself next to the likes of Jokic. They can both score over most other big men, but it's really that facilitating trait that made the Joker a standout superstar. Sabonis can step into that caliber of player if he can follow in Jokic's shoes, but there's still a gap between them in this category, and Domantas will also have to cut down on the turnovers. So if Sabonis becomes a bona fide superstar, does that mean we have to take the Pacers seriously in the East? Let's go over the facts. Indiana's starting lineup is actually pretty solid. You got Malcolm Brogdon running the backcourt with Oladipo, the star of the bubble in TJ Warren, Sabonis, and Miles Turner. The bench includes guys like the Holiday brothers, Doug McDermott, and TJ McConnell. Overall, this is the kind of team that can beat anyone outside of the Lakers on any given night. But to take them seriously in the playoffs, we gotta see this play from Sabonis continue for a full season. Oladipo has to be an all-star caliber player once again, and TJ Warren has to capitalize on his newfound confidence. Whether or not the Pacers are a top 4 seed in the East, Sabonis is a guy to look out for, and I got a feeling that by the time the season is over, he's gonna get the respect that he deserves.